So to further prove that the World MMA Awards are completely meaningless, the Male Fighter of the Year was awarded to Leon Edwards. I I don't understand it. I I have no idea why they would do this. Leon Edwards is 1-0 this year. He hasn't even fought Colby yet. What if he loses? If he loses, you're going to have a guy who is 1-1 be fighter of the year. There are so many better fighters who could have got the award. Obviously, I think the fighter of the year this year is Islam Makhachev. He beat the pound for pound number one fighter twice. As much as it pains me to say, as a big Volk fan, but he beat him. He beat him fair and square. Uh, you can't take that away from him. I rate that. I rate those two wins. Having two wins, I rate that more than Leon Edwards beating Usman and then not fighting for the rest of the year. I know he's fighting Colby Covington, but what if he fucking loses? If he loses, then what? Then what can you say? Like, he'll be 1-1. Obviously, I think Sean Strickland is a better candidate for Fighter of the Year. I think Alex Pereira is a better candidate for Fighter of the Year. I know he lost Israel Adesanya, but he went 2-0 after that. And especially if Leon Edwards goes and loses to Colby Covington, then how the fuck can you justify Leon Edwards being the number one fighter of this year? It just screams of bias. Like, they have some weird hatred against Islam Makhachev. He is the pound for pound number one fighter in the world, in my opinion. Islam Makhachev is pound for pound the best fighter right now. Like, I don't understand it. The guy is like clearly a fucking very skilled fighter. He's beat Charles Oliveira. He beat Volkanovski. Obviously, he hasn't beat everyone in his division yet. That's not what I'm arguing. But I'd say he's the fighter of the year. He's looking really good. He's improving. He showed off his striking against Alexander Volkanovski, arguably one of the best strikers in the UFC. And he doesn't get any respect. But Leon Edwards winning a 48-47 boring decision over Kamaru Usman, who then went on to lose to Hamzat Chimaev, who's on a free-fight losing streak. That gets you somewhere further. Volk lost to Islam, beat Yair Rodriguez, then lost to Islam again. He was coming off a win both times. Islam Makhachev beat him. He was on a 21 fight win streak when Islam beat him the first time, and then he beat him again. To be 2-0 over Alexander Volkanovski is insane. Like I said, as much as it pains me to say, Islam Makhachev is 2-0 over Alexander Volkanovski. He deserves to be the pound for pound. Sorry, not pound for pound number one. He deserves to be the fighter of the year, though. Like, it's. I don't understand it. What has Leon Edwards done this year? Like, this just shows, like, are they just assuming that fucking Leon Edwards is going to beat Colby Covington? If Leon Edwards loses, this is going to look so fucking bad. Like, Sean Strickland has a better claim for being fighter of the year over Leon Edwards. He beat Nasruddin Mamavov. He beat Abbas Magomedov. Had the upset of the year over Israel Adesanya. But no, Leon Edwards winning a 48-47, arguably a draw because of a point reduction over Kamaru Usman is more important. Like, nah, fuck off. No, it's not. These are the same awards that gave Michael Bisping the Analyst of the Year. Michael Bisping in no way whatsoever should be the Analyst of the Year. Like, he just shouldn't be. Like, what has he ever broken down to, buddy? What has he ever broken down to? He's like, this fighter has to do this to win, and then it happens. Oh, yeah, like Michael Bisping, the best fucking analyst in the world, buddy. Like, it's just fucking bullshit. Michael Bisping should not be the analyst of the year. Leon Edwards, like, I don't know, are they trying to appease... Is it meant to appease fucking the English fighters or something? Like, I don't know. Maybe doesn't count for 2023. Maybe it counts 2022. That's the only way I can see this. But even then, if that's the case, Islam Makhachev beat Charles Oliveira in that time. Like, he beat Charles Oliveira. That is arguably a better win than, I mean, Leon Edwards only has 2 wins the last year. Islam Makhachev is 3-0. Those wins being over Charles Oliveira and Alexander Volkanovski. Pound for pound, talent. Obviously, Usman's a really good winner. I'm not shitting on the Usman winner, but I'm just saying, like, how does this make any sense whatsoever? Like, it doesn't. There's no sense at all. I don't... I don't get it. These rankings, the bias. I don't know if this is like an anti-dominance MMA thing, an anti-Dagestani thing. You obviously they just have some weird hatred for Ali Abdelaziz's fighters. You don't have to like Ali Abdelaziz, but you need to show his fighters respect. Like his fighters, he has some really good fighters under his belt. Islam Makhachev is one of the fucking best fighters on the planet. He had a breakout year. He hasn't lost since like 2015. You know, like I say, he beat Charles Oliveira, Alexander Volkanovski 2 times. Like those 3 wins are better than Usman and Usman twice. Like I think Volk was always a better fighter than Usman. Pound for pound he was. Like obviously smaller weight class, but I think his resume and everything was better. And Islam Makhachev beat that man twice. And the second fight, obviously short notice nature and everything, so there is an asterisk there. But still, he destroyed Alexander Volkanovski in the first round. That is impressive. That is better than Leon Edwards getting fucking ragdolled and beat up and then getting a comeback victory. I think Islam Makhachev has shown to be the better all round fighter, but I don't know. These awards are becoming a joke. Ariel Helwani wins his fucking 14th award in a row because of course he does. There's no competition, no proper competition, I guess, because no way. Ariel Helwani doesn't give a fuck about MMA. All he talks about is WWE, fucking Olympics. Now he's going to the Olympics or something like that. Like he doesn't care about MMA. He just doesn't. He's a grifter. He just does. He just got into MMA so he could eventually work with WWE because the guy, all he talks about is WWE. Like MMA is not his passion anymore, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be. You don't have to be passionate about one thing anymore, but get the fuck out of MMA journalism because you don't care about the sport anymore. It's so obvious. We never see Ariel Helwani break fights or anything anymore. He never breaks fights. He's not an MMA journalist. Yeah, he interviews some fighters and everything because that's his job for a living, but he doesn't give a fuck about them. Like, he just doesn't. It's clear to see. And I get it. He's been doing it since I was in my father's nutsack. What the fuck he said to Sean Strickland. I don't give a shit. The guy doesn't care about MMA like he used to, and that's okay. But he needs to stop acting like he's the fucking face of MMA journalism when he doesn't give a shit about MMA. It's just that clear. But still, World MMA Awards, absolute joke. They don't mean jack shit anymore. Like, obviously, they clearly don't mean shit. If it's Leon Edwards is the fucking number one fighter, just absolute fucking bollocks. Bullshit. And if he loses, then what? If he loses to Colby Covington, does he get his fucking award revoked? Like, how can he have the award if he goes and loses to fucking Colby Covington? Doesn't make any sense to me. Really stupid, but, that's the World MMA Awards at this point. But, yeah, whatever, man. You can't respect shit like this. Like, there's no point even just... These awards are meaningless when you have Leon Edwards winning it. Maybe if you say comeback victory of the year, maybe, because I guess technically maybe you can count last year's fight, but it's been over a year, so you even can't even count that. It's been a calendar year. It's past a calendar year since that fight, so I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure you give it a like. Let me know your thoughts on Islam Makhachev being fucking snubbed for Leon Edwards as fighter of the year, and yeah, like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.